The thank you celebration is upon us. Super Full Power Saiyan 4 Goku is just 2 days away. How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we have the translations and the English animations for the upcoming LR Super Full Power Saiyan for Goku. This will be the thank you celebration LR for this year, November, in Dokkan Battle. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the unit's new English animations and talk about what the unit does, because we haven't really done this on Global just yet. I don't normally do this for these videos when they release on Global, because we cover most of this when they release on JP. However, this is a special occasion. It is a Super Saiyan 4 unit, number one of my favorite forms, and number two, this is a big celebration for us over here on Global. So let's go ahead, let's dive right in, let's talk about the animation. So we're going to pause the music here and we're going to give the English animations a nice watch. So adjust your headphones, do what you need to do, and let's go ahead and let's dive right in. Still looks so clean. I love his animations. The 12 key animation.
Everyone, lend me all of your Super Saiyan power! I'll never lose if I'm a Super Saiyan 4 at full power! Hurry up and give your key over to Goku!
Dude, that sounds so good! I forgot how Machu's animations looked.
It's about time we both got serious and had a battle to end all battles. The ultimate final battle.
Dude, and there it is, the ×10 Kamehameha. Oh, it's so beautiful. I'll never get tired of watching these animations. I don't care how many times I see them, but they look amazing. I think this is one of the few instances where Global actually mixed it well, right? They've been on the ball lately with getting those OSTs in there. I think it really helps the animations look a lot better. There's something about having the music in the background there. I don't know why they don't put it on all the time. Either way, though, animations look clean. Voices sound great in the dub, right? We don't have that weird issue we had with AGL Vegito. So I'm happy with them. I think they look great, and I can't wait to test this guy out in game. But I don't think we've really talked about what this guy is doing in quite a while. So let's refresh our memories here. Reminder that this guy coming up is one of the most powerful LRs released this year, and he is a GT Heroes full power category key 3 HP attack defense 170%. He gives an additional attack defense 30% for pure or hybrid Saiyan. So this is actually a pretty decent leader skill. I mean, GT Heroes has its issues, right? It's very limited. Most of the characters, aside from like the 7 and 8 year LRs, are not exactly top tier, and full power is actually turning to be out quite a good category, although a lot of the units you want to use for the 200% lead aren't pure, or you know, a lot of the units that you want to use on them are not on the pure 100%, are not on the 200% lead. So I mean, that it'll still work, right? For him, we have a 12 key super that raises defense for 1 turn, causes colossal damage, and greatly lowers attack. On his 18 key, he's raising defense for 4 turns, causing like colossal damage to the enemy. He has key 3, attack defense 150% on his passive. He gets an additional key 1 per key sphere obtained, plus an additional 70% attack and a 50% chance of performing a critical hit when performing a super attack. He gets an additional 70% attack within the same turn, and defense 70% for 3 turns after evading an attack or receiving an attack. He reduces damage received by 20% plus an additional defense 70%, and reduces damage received by 20% as the first attacker in the turn. So basically 40% damage reduction after receiving an attack in the first slot. So that first hit can be kind of scary for him, right? He doesn't have all of his defense there, plus he hasn't raised his defense yet. He hasn't gained his damage reduction. But once you survive that first hit, then he starts cooking, right? Once he launches that 18 key, you get a couple turns in him, and he is looking solid. He definitely is a lot of what the GT heroes needed, right? The LR Super Saiyan 4s past that first turn when they lose their guard. He's exactly what they need. He's also a great starting rotation character for the 8-year anniversary GT duo. Like, he's great. I love him. He's a Super Saiyan 4. I mean, what more is there to say? And the passive really, really works out for letting your team build up in those first couple of turns. Now, he does have a standby skill, which switches into Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Majub, and it can be activated after receiving 5 or more attacks in battle, once only. So it does sound like it's difficult to do, but like when we're talking about these newer stages, like that 5 attacks is like Merge the Moss, for example. 5 attacks is very easy to do, especially when you count the AoEs to get in within his first turn of appearance, right? So honestly, he's not that bad. Once he is in the standby, though, he is gaining charge counter per int or rainbow key sphere for every counter that he picks up. While in the standby form as Majub, they have 300% defense. They reduce damage received by 10% per type key sphere obtained, so you really want to push those int key spheres when he's on the field. He also guards all attacks with 3 or more type key spheres obtained, and for 1 turn from the start of turn, he gives all allies key 3 and defense 70% for 2 turns from the start of turn, and randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to int key spheres. He nullifies super attacks from unarmed attacks directed at the enemy. So he's actually one of the best support characters in the game. It's just kind of locked behind that standby, right? He's provided you get the key spheres, right? The more key spheres you get, the better off you are. He can't be touched by most enemies, right? Once you factor in all the damage reduction, the extra defense he's given, right? He's gonna be really, really defensive, which is kind of what you want in a standby character as you're waiting for whatever comes next, whether it's a finish skill or a in this case, a transformation. Once he does reach the full key charge, right, he will do one of 2 finish attacks. He will evolve into Super Full Power Saiyan 4 Goku and get a heal, or he will only recover 30% HP and give key 3 for 3 turns, but will not change into Super Full Power Saiyan 4 Goku. But no matter what happens, you're getting the heal, right? So provided you can actually pull it off and make the turns, make the charge counter to get this guy out, you are talking about a unit that is probably one of the most powerful offensive units in the games, barring like tech LR Vegito, right? Easy 8, or even like Sword of Hope Trunks on his finished skill turn, right? Very, very powerful superclass character. His 18 key is now greatly raising his attack for 1 turn and continuing to raise his defense for 4 turns. So you're not losing any defense barring that turn that you were standbyed into Maj Oob. On his 12 key, he is raising attack and defense for 1 turn, causing colossal damage and lowering the attack of the enemy. So it's basically what he was doing before, just upped it a notch, right? On his passive, he gets that 77% recovery. So remember, like I said, once you activate the finish skill with your key charge, if you've got it all, he is getting that recovery. On his first appearance, he is guarding all attack and performs a critical hit for 3 turns from the start of turn. He gets key 7 and it's attack and defense 200%. He gets key 2 per key INT key sphere or rainbow key sphere obtained. He gets an additional key 1 per type key sphere obtained, plus an additional attack 150% when performing a super attack. He has a great chance of performing a critical hit if it is an ultra super attack, and an additional 59% and performs a critical hit when key is 24. He gets an additional defense 77% for 5 turns after evading an attack or receiving an attack. He reduces damage received by 25% and gets defense 77% and reduces damage received as the first attacker in the turn. So basically, like I said, with his super attacks, more of what he was doing before, just dialed up to 11, right? Getting hit, getting an evasion off makes him all that much more powerful. He wants to be in slot 1 for that extra defense, for that extra ability to attack, right? He's got crits, he's got guard on his first appearance, and really that first or second appearance is going to be all you need to destroy whatever enemy is in front of him. I mean it when I say that. Once Super Full Power Saiyan 4 comes out, he is one of the best LRs in the game. I wouldn't put him all the way up at number 1, but he's definitely very, very good, and a unit that is definitely worth your investment no matter what time of year he is coming around, whether it's now or 3 months from now during Saiyan Day. And just to confirm, as we already know in our Banners Win video, just so you guys know, this amazing character is coming on November 2nd at 8:30 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. If you're curious on what time that is for you, make sure you check out my Banners video. I will drop that in the link below just to remind you guys if you haven't seen it already. But on the 2nd is when you can expect him and this crazy little banner right here. It's honestly not that bad of a banner. I'm excited to summon on it, right? It's got a lot of characters that, you know, have returned a couple of times this year, but, you know, some not so much. Like the Pan, I think, has only had 1 return this year. The Gammas showed up on the anniversary, so this is technically their 2nd appearance on Global. This is the first return of Vegeta and Trunks since Saiyan Day, so if you're somebody who hasn't picked them up yet, or if you only got them at 55% because you picked up your first copy during Saiyan Day, there's a good chance to pick up another copy of these guys, or your first copy if you don't have them yet. It's a very, honestly, it's not that bad of a banner. We'll do a full banner breakdown and should you summon here once the data download hits just before the banners, as we always do. So guys, that is the video. That is the English translations and the animations for the Super Full Power Saiyan 4 Goku. I gotta say, I'm very impressed with how they handled the animations for the dub. It honestly doesn't sound that bad. I think it's one of the few as of late that has been handled really, really well. The voices don't sound off. They sound just perfect. To add on to that, you know, this celebration already, just with this guy coming in, his announcement is looking to be a fun November time frame as we lead into the Heroes celebration. So anyways, guys, that is the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let me know, how hyped are you for Super Full Power Saiyan 4 Goku? I know I am. I can't wait to summon for him on Thursday when those banners drop. But let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.